Hello, welcome to the 3 steps to end emotional eating so you can lose 1 to 2 dress sizes. Today is something totally new that I have never done before. I actually have Tree Franklyn here. We're going to be talking in depth about how she lost 8 inches from her waist when she finally stopped emotional eating after going through a roller coaster in yo-yo dieting for so long. So I'm so excited to get started. I see so many of you in the chat box already. Please say hello and let us know that you're here. Let us know where you are dialing in from, where you're watching from. I just want to say hi to some of the people that are on right now. Christabel, it's so nice to see you. I think that's Lindsay, because I think I know your Google Plus thing. So let me know if that's you, if you're SN. Claire, yay, so excited to have you here. Okay, oh, Lindsay, okay, well, I see you. Now you have a different one. So Sandra, Alan, Barb, so nice to see all of you. Thanks so much for joining. All right, awesome. Oh my gosh, okay, good. Thanks, Lindsay. So good to see you. I hope your travels are going good because I know you're on the road right now. Really quick, I'm just gonna say, have Tree say hello really quick so you can see her, and then we're gonna get started. Tree, do you wanna say hello?
Hi, lady, here.
Okay, I think your internet just went out like a little bit or something, like it just like went out for a moment, but maybe just say it one more time. Just say hello one more time.
Hi, can you guys hear me now?
Yeah.
I'm on.
Perfect.
Okay.
Okay, good.
I'm so excited, you guys.
We have so much to do. Okay, so all right, so great. So I'm going to actually switch over to the slides right now because I just want to jump in. We have so much cool stuff that has literally never been talked about in this level of detail, like in this level of personal detail, and we're really uncovering just like emotions and transformation and what's actually possible for you. And we're going to be giving you the 3 simple steps to end emotional eating. So I'm going to switch over to my slides really quickly. Just one moment. Let me just get it ready. And I'm just going to get it up and we'll get it over there. Okay. So let's see. All right, so let me know that you can see my slides real quick. If someone can tell me, that would be so great. Hi, Gina, I see that you joined. So happy to have you here, and thank you for letting me know that you can hear us. So the 3 steps to end emotional eating so that you lose 1 to 2 dress sizes. Welcome, I'm so happy that you can come today and you can listen to all the great stuff that we have to share with you and to uncover. So today's topics, we're going to start off with the pain and the pleasure of emotional eating. Then I'm going to be interviewing Tree and talking about the root, cycle, and science of emotional eating. How she lost 8 inches without one single sit-up, and if that's actually what happened. And then we're going to talk about, and Tree's going to share with us her feelings about how she was able to lose the 8 inches and end emotional eating and the 3 steps to do that. And then we are going to have some time at the end for Q&A. So you can definitely ask your questions along the way in the chat box, or you can save them till the end. We'll be scrolling through and looking at the questions, but if you want to save them until the end, then that's absolutely great because that's when we're going to answer most of them. Now, who this training is for is if you've ever said, it's just one bite, I deserve it, I need a treat. If you have said that, just let me know in the chat box if that sounds like something you have said, where you look at something like maybe it's a brownie or maybe it's a bag of chips and you say, I just need one bite, it's been a hard day, I deserve it, I'll just have a bite. And then we all know it doesn't ever end up being a bite. It ends up being the bag, which maybe you come to in small increments, but you finish it off. Let me know if that's something that you've experienced before. And then also, if you say, I'll eat it today and I'll burn it off at the gym, then I'll burn it off at the gym tomorrow. I'll just eat it today, but it's kind of like, I'll eat it now, but I'll think about it later. Tell me if you've said that. And so I already hear some people. Linda, nice to see you. You're telling me, yes, you think the first thing. Gina thinks the first comment. Oh, Claire said, OMG, yes. She thinks the first comment. Christabel says, yes, yes. And then also, if you wear baggy clothes to hide yourself, okay? If you actually want to wear form-fitting clothes, but you end up wearing baggy clothes just because you just don't want to show your body, you just don't want to, you don't want to reveal yourself, whether you're at home in private or whether you are out, but yet you still keep eating those things that you don't want to eat. If this is you, let me know. And Alan says all three applied to you. Okay, absolutely. And I have personally been in every single one of these situations, and it still comes to me once in a while. So I want to introduce myself. In case you don't know who I am, I want to take a moment to let you know my name is Nagina Abdullah, and this is a picture of me in New York. I am a very busy woman. I was a management consultant where I traveled all the time. I always had a suitcase with me. This is literally a true picture of my life. And I lost 40 pounds while I was traveling, while I was really busy, because I had a plan and a structure, and I was able to really manage my stress and when I was eating and why I was eating. And that's not something that naturally happened. It's something that I worked at and it actually happened. And so this is me after losing 40 pounds. And I am a weight loss coach for busy women. I'm the founder of masalabody.com and the creator of the 10-week weight loss jumpstart for the busy woman, where I help other busy women also lose weight and feel energetic and feel happy with themselves and get in control of their eating. So now I want to get started. And what I'd love to ask you to do is to close your other browsers, put things away, put your put your text message away, because literally the kind of information you're getting today is things that people pay for, okay? And even people can't even pay for this kind of insider information that we're sharing. So I really want you to concentrate and get the most value out of it, because believe me, I'm not exaggerating. You're gonna learn a lot today. And we are going to be sharing 3 steps to stop emotional eating after Tree and I talk about how she used to emotionally eat and the cycle of emotional eating in her life. So just be on the lookout for that to happen after that. And we are having a live Q&A at the end. So make sure that you stay on so that you can ask your personal questions and get coaching from me and Tree to let you know the answers to your questions. Okay. Now, the first topic that I want to start with is the pain and pleasure of emotional eating. So this is really around becoming aware of why, when, and what you emotionally eat. And this is really key, because a lot of times we don't even realize that we're emotionally eating. And that's something Tree's going to talk about, that she didn't even know she was an emotional eater. She didn't even describe herself as an emotional eater. But it's something that we don't even know that we're doing. And this is so ingrained in the way that we look at food and the way that we go to food, is that we don't even think twice about reaching for it. And we don't realize that it's a function of our emotions. So I want to tell you a little story. I wrote about this week, but I want to tell you about it. And it's kind of like, it was a moment of epiphany for me when I realized I had been emotional eating, and I was able to recognize what was happening. And so what had happened is, one night I was heading home from New York City, getting on the train in New York Penn Station, and I had just had like a pretty big dinner, and I wasn't hungry. But when I got to the train station, I just automatically thought, like, there was all of these restaurants that had all of these kind of like, they're not like really indulgences because they're not actually good, but they're just like food that I grew up with, like Taco Bell and like Dunkin' Donuts. And so I always, whenever I'm in the train station, it's like a battle that I do with myself, where I feel like, oh God, I really want to get a donut to bring it home with me on the train. Or I really want to get like a bean and cheese burrito to bring back with me on the train. And I a lot of times do it, even though it's late at night, even though I'm not hungry. And so what happened is that I had actually been trying to get control over what was going on with me in food, because I really love food. Like, I love it. I think about it. I mean, I used to think about it all the time. And so I was kind of doing some deep work and trying to realize what was going on with me. And so what happened is, like, things came to light. I actually was standing in line for Dunkin' Donuts and about to get a croissant to take back with me that night. And I looked at the croissant, and all of a sudden it's like this word popped up. It was like it was a game show or something, like Price is Right. And it said, the word that popped up was comfort. And that's what it said on the croissant to me. And in that moment, things became so clear that what I really wanted at the moment was comfort. And I was eating a croissant to give me comfort. And this happens so naturally that we don't even realize that it's right or wrong. We just do it usually. I mean, that's what I did. And then when that word popped up right in front of it, I realized, like, oh, okay, so the croissant is not just a croissant. It's so much more. Like, in my head, it's giving me comfort. And that's where the extra calories and the extra weight ends up coming from, because I'm associating food with these emotions that I need in my life. And I mean, if you think about it, I was heading home on a train. It was going to be about an hour train ride, and I was going to be alone. And yeah, it's like a lonely moment. You need something with you. And so what I ended up doing is I thought about my family at home, and I thought, like, okay, I'm going to be there with them soon. And I really actually am not hungry. I really do want comfort. So I need to wait for comfort, like it's going to come. And then I ended up getting a bottle of water and like kind of just distracting myself, and that craving went away. So that's kind of like the kind of thinking and the kind of associations that we have with food. And sometimes it just has, like, it just comes over you of what's happening. So so that is, that was when I really recognized that moment. So I want to tell you a little bit about the causes. Like, so there's kind of a 3-part way to become aware of your emotional eating. And I'm going to run through this quickly today. But I have a lot more in an email I sent out earlier this week. But really, it's like, you want to understand what the cause of your emotional eating is. So it's like, a lot of times the reason that we emotionally eat, or we may stress eat, that's what we may call it, is, it may be stress, it may be comfort, it may be that you need excitement, or it may be things like you're feeling unworthy, or you're not giving yourself self-love, and that's what you're going for food for. So these are some things that you want to really recognize, that a lot of times when we're going for food in an emotional moment, you're looking for a temporary fix for an unmet need. You're not actually needing the food. You're not actually hungry. You don't really need the nutrition. You are looking for a temporary fix. And when I talk to Tree in a little bit, she's going to talk a little bit about why food gives us a fix in terms of the science of it. Like, there's actually hormones in our body that they react to us eating certain kinds of food, and they make us feel those things that we want. So it's actually true. They make us feel it. But there's a much healthier way and a longer term way to give yourself those things. And those are the things that will keep us leaner and healthier as well. So the second thing you want to look at is, what's your trigger? So a lot of times you just want to know, like, what is the thing that makes you emotionally eat, or when do you usually emotionally eat? Like, is it in the afternoon when you're bored or you're feeling a slump? Is it like late at night because you're tired and you need something to just like comfort you a little bit? Maybe it's like when you're frustrated. Like, really understanding your trigger gives you more awareness about when you emotionally eat. And then finally, it's kind of like, what are your typical foods? Like, if you see yourself eating certain things a lot, then next time you reach for that, you can actually associate it with emotional eating and say, okay, I'm going for those Cheez-Its again, or I'm going for those chips, or I'm going for the chocolate. Like, I don't know if I'm hungry. This seems to be a pattern. So really what we're doing is uncovering your emotional eating and just being aware that you're doing it. And that gives you so much power. It gives you so much power to change what's happening. So, so that's really kind of the first layer of emotional eating and stopping emotional eating, understanding emotional eating for yourself. Okay, so now I want to move on to, I'm super excited to introduce Tree Franklyn. I'm going to just introduce, I'm going to talk a little bit about her, and then I'm actually going to, I'm going to put take the slides off, and we're going to actually see Tree. And so Tree is a former client of the 10-week weight loss jumpstart with myself. She leads a busy, demanding career, and she's building her own business. She is a best-selling author and founder of findyourinnerhappy.com, and this is a snapshot of findyourinnerhappy.com, where she helps highly sensitive women manage and release their emotions so that they can move forward in life and have the life that they want. So I'm just going to actually take these slides off. Just a moment. Okay. Oops. Okay. I guess I'm off. I think I'm off, right? Okay. Yes. Okay. So just let me know if I'm off. And Tree is right now. I can't see you, Tree. So
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you, but I can't see you, but at least I can hear you. So that's a good thing. You might come back on in a moment. That's fine. But can everybody else see me again? I just want to make sure, because something, just like a little something happened. So just let me know if you can see me again. So I want to say welcome to Tree. And Tree, that's okay if we can, if we can only hear you. That's totally fine. I think you'll probably, once your image comes back on, then I'll switch over to you. But it is totally good that we can hear you. So Tree, I want you to, oh, okay. I think you're going and coming. So I'll just wait a moment. But I am super excited. Oh, I see you now. There you are. Okay. So let me introduce Tree. You want to, yep, there's Tree. And so, so Tree, I'm so excited to have you here, because we're really going to get to the bottom of this. Like, we're not going to stay on the top level and not give people information. Like, there's a lot that you have to say. And I just love how you bring that emotionally sensitive person to the table, which is really important, because food is such an emotional thing. And it's really, really important for us to dig that deep. So I want to start off just by asking you a little bit about, if you can tell us if you can tell us just a little bit about, like, how you emotionally ate. What's your story? Like, what is the thing about potato chips? Like, tell me about that. Like, why did you love them so much? Like, why were you eating them all the time? Tell me a little bit about, how you were going about interacting with food.
Well, actually, unlike you, I actually hate food. So I didn't grow up loving food. For me, it was just something I have to do every single day. I have to eat, damn it, 3 times a day. And if you would have asked me, like, what's my dream with food, I would have just said, stick an IV in me, pump me whenever I need it. I didn't really have affair with food that you did. It was just more of a, like, kind of something I just have to do. So it was just in the way, some kind of an obligation. But I found that I think I got into potato chips when I started working at my corporate job, because in the kitchen, on our floor in the kitchen, they have like a snack area, and it has potato chips and nutrition bars and oatmeal and things that you can go and eat. And my stress eating time is usually 3 o'clock during the workday. So I would go straight to the kitchen and grab a potato chip bag, because that was readily available, like 10 different brands. So that's kind of how I started on potato chips. And then I guess once I was addicted, I bought it for myself in my house and I couldn't stop eating. But it was the crunchiness of it. Baked potato chips didn't do it. It had to be full, all out, fried, bad for you potato chips. It was the crunchiness, and I think it was the fat, and it was the salt. So, but when I stress eat and I didn't have potato chips, it could have been anything that had like chocolate covered pretzels. Those were really good because it was salty, and I didn't have much of a sweet tooth, so I didn't really go towards the sweet stuff as much. It's just there, but for the most part, I don't know why potato chips were just the way to go.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay. So what was the reason? Like, what was the reason you were going for it? Like, you were eating these crunchy things. Like, what was kind of the root of it? What was behind it? Why were you doing it? I mean, it seems kind of harmless. It's like you're busy. You just like grab some potato around you. It doesn't seem like that big of a deal when you're doing it. But what was going on like under the surface?
So it was all stress eating. Like, I would never really crave potato chips when I was happy or, excited. So it was really when I just needed like something comforting, something like to just make me feel better about life, I guess. Mm-hmm. And I learned just doing research after I started working with you and realized that I was like a drug addict on these potato chips. I started doing research and I realized it's an actual chemical reaction of what it does to you. It makes you actually happier just for a moment because it releases dopamine into your system. As soon as you eat fats and salts and sugars, it releases this dopamine in your system, and you feel it's kind of like a high, like on drugs. Mm-hmm. So I was instinctively grabbing for something that would give me a high, and my habit was just to grab for potato chips. But it was when I was 5 million respond to, and there's all these meetings that you have to go to, and you just don't have time to do everything, but you have to do everything because it's your job. So it was really in those times when I felt like the most out of control, when I felt like I could at least grab the potato chip bag because I had control over that.
Yes. Okay, so you felt like,
so I thought,
like you had control over that, and you were able to, like, that's something that you were able to do, is that you were able to like relieve your stress with that bag of potato chips. Like, you could do that, whereas you couldn't control everyone telling you what to do or all the responsibilities that you had, right? Like, that was part of what it did for you. Yep.
Right, exactly.
Okay. And then you talked about a cycle of emotional eating and kind of like how it relates to how you feel about yourself. Can you talk a little bit about that cycle and just how what you're eating has to do with how you're feeling, and kind of like how that worked for you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so when you're in a moment of stress, and it could be like emotional or anger or sadness or any kind of stress, anxiety, your chemicals are like releasing cortisol. So, and cortisol makes you actually, it's like cortisol actually goes to the amygdala, which is the brain's fear center, and it makes you actually more afraid and more anxious. So it's like that, it leads into that even more. And so you're kind of in a vicious cycle chemically, and you don't even know what's going on. So the first instinct is to grab for something to make it better, because the body doesn't know meditation. It doesn't know taking a long bath to relax. It just knows chemicals. Mm-hmm. So your body like creates that craving for fat and sugar and salt. And so you instinctively grab for the potato chip bag or chocolate or whatever it is that you eat. And then as soon as you eat it, then you get dopamine that gets a rush into your body. So emotionally, it helps you just in that moment. But for the whole healthy eating cycle of, like, once you feel that stress, all that chemical stuff is happening, and then you reach for the potato chip bag, and in your mind, you're saying, don't eat it, don't eat it, don't eat it. You don't need this. You're not hungry. You just ate an hour ago. And you try to control it, and you just say, I'm going to have one chip or one bite, and you really believe that because you really want to have that bite. So you eat it and then you want more, and then you feel worse about yourself. You feel like, I'm a loser. I don't have any control over myself. I'm trying to lose weight, and look, here I am with this bag of potato chips. And then you feel like crap, and then you want to eat more so that you'll feel better. And then you'll make all these justifications. I'll work out tomorrow, or I'll work out extra hard. I'll run an extra 20 minutes on the treadmill. And then you continue eating it, and you still feel worse. So it just goes in a cycle, and it never stops.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Well, I want to show the graphic that you had in your guest post. I'm going to pull that up right now. And this like really describes it so well. So let's see. So this is the cycle of addictive emotional eating. So this is what you're talking about, Tree. So it looks like it's like you start with that emotional distress, like you were talking about, where you're stressed out. Then you, just like you were saying, you reach for comfort in a snack. You make the excuses. You eat one. You feel better for a second. And then you're out of control, and you keep going. And then you feel really ashamed, bloated, and guilty. So that's kind of and like, this seems just hopeless to me, Tree. It's like, it seems like, oh my God, how could you ever stop emotional eating? It looks like it's our bodies are controlling us. So, I mean, did you feel like did you absolutely feel like you were so out of control, like when you were stressed? I mean, because it seems like this is like something where it's hard to stop it.
It did. I felt so hopeless because, first of all, once I started doing research, I found out that it was the chemicals in my brain and in my body. And I'm like, well, now I'm really screwed because my whole body's working against me. But on an emotional, fundamental level, like you really feel like you don't have any control over yourself, and you try to be more disciplined. You try to work harder. You try even more. And it doesn't work because it's not about discipline or motivation or any of those things. It's just about understanding it and working with your body to heal it and get out of that cycle. But until you know that, it's so hopeless. You feel so hopeless.
Yes.
You might as well just eat 5 bags of potatoes.
Yes. So, wow. So Tree, this almost like really, I'm so glad like we have so much more to talk about, because there is a way to break this. Like there is a way, even though it seems like it almost seems like our bodies are taking over. We are kind of like dopamine hits are like all we can, it's like we'll do anything for that given the cycle. So there is a way to get over this. So I want to show a couple things first, and then let's talk a little bit about how you actually broke through this cycle of addictive emotional eating. So the next slide I'm gonna show, I want you to all just be ready. Okay, this is like kind of dramatic, and it's pretty amazing. So this is a picture of Tree on the left before, and then she started changing what she was eating. She got control of her emotional eating. She started eating healthier foods. And this is her picture after. Like, let me know in the chat box just how, like, what you think about this transformation, because I am like, wow, you look amazing. I mean, you look amazing also before, Tree, but like on the right, you are just looking happy and vibrant and healthy. And it's just quite amazing. So we're going to talk a little bit more about this, but just looking at this Tree, like, what is this? How does this make you feel? Like, what is this? Like, can you believe that was you on the left and you're on the right now?
Yeah, well, actually, it's a little embarrassing, but I would tell myself that it's not that bad because, in my mind, you're comparing yourself to, like my 600-pound life. So I'm like, oh, well, I'm not 600 pounds, so it's okay. But it was bad. It was just the feelings that I had about myself were worse than the weight that I was carrying.
Oh, yes. Okay. So, well, tell me a little bit about that. Like, tell me a little bit about your feelings that you had about yourself.
Well, part of it was because my diet sucked so bad that I felt lethargic. I was tired, always bloated. My stomach was always like distended or extended. I felt stuffed all the time, even when I was hungry. Like I felt full. Like I didn't want to eat because I already felt full because my stomach was so bloated. I didn't really care. At some point, you get to a point where you're like, oh, whatever, I don't care anymore. Just eat another bag of potato chips, or who cares if I gain another 10 pounds. I just felt really tired, chubby. I would look in the mirror and I would realize that I was saying real about myself, and it was not good. So I didn't really have very good self-confidence. I did look happy in that picture, but you pose for pictures.
Yeah.
You smile for pictures.
Yep. Yeah. Okay. Well, wow. Oh my gosh. And that's like, we're going to talk more about how you feel now. I want to show another picture of the actually like behind the clothing. So this is Tree with how many inches she lost from her waist, like a real close-up picture of, this is day one. It says day one and day 18. That's day one of when she started working, on the 10-week weight loss jumpstart, and then day 18. And then we have a picture on the right, which is Tree with your face, because you were like, let me take a picture of my face, right? Like, let me get my face in the picture too.
Right. I was too embarrassed to show my face on the first picture.
Yep. So wow. So that is amazing. So okay, so I have some, I mean, there's some like really great comments here. We have like you exude an energy. Awesome. I just wish it was me. Fantastic. In the first picture, Tree looks good. Tree looks confident, energetic in the second picture. That's so nice. And I hope this is possible for me to do also. So, wow, those are such great, encouraging comments. Thank you, everyone. That is just so sweet to hear. So Tree, like, okay, everyone's wondering, given emotional eating, given how much it is so like our body is craving those things, how the heck did you do this? Like, how did you go through this? So let's move to the next thing, which is, what shifted for you? Like, what changed? How were you able to make that change after, like, tell me how many years you were kind of at the weight where you were not making change, like where you were not staying consistently at your weight where you are right now, and then tell me what shifted to bring you where you are today.
Oh gosh. Okay, so I've probably been yo-yo dieting. I'm 44 now, so it's probably been about 10 years a day. I used to be really, really active, and I used to work out all the time, go hiking. I was a kickboxer. I would run. And then I don't know what happened, and I guess just lost all the motivation to do that. So I stopped working out, and I started, like, I went on Weight Watchers one time or several times. I just never felt really good on that. I never was able to find something that I could sustain. I could do something like, I could do Weight Watchers for 2 weeks and eat their frozen meals and feel like crap for 2 weeks, but I'd lose weight, but I didn't have any energy. So I could do that. I would really like yo-yo between 10 extra pounds and 20 extra pounds, and then go back. So when I started, I discovered that I was an emotional eater. I didn't know it back then. I was unconscious of what was happening with my relationship to food and how that related to how I felt about myself. So once I discovered that I was an emotional eater, and I'm an emotional expert, so I knew what to do at that point. Like, now I know it's this. Then I started working on my emotions and not the food, because you took care of the food part for me. So I took care of the emotional part and worked to love myself more, give myself little rewards throughout the day, and do things like that helped me to stop eating all that junk food.
And how did you know, like, how did you learn that you were an emotional eater? Like, what happened to bring that out for you? Because before, you were doing the same things, but you just didn't know that it was emotional eating. So how did you find that out?
So when I started working with you, I became more conscious of what I was eating. like everything that went into my mouth, I was aware of it. Before then, I didn't really care. Like food was just something I had to eat. You know, whenever I feel the urge, whenever I feel hungry, I just eat because that's what your body needs. So before that, I'd really never thought about food. Like I tried to eat healthier because, you know, we were aware that you need to eat healthier, but it wasn't really a big deal to me. So it was kind of on the back burner of my mind, like, oh, I'm hungry, I need to eat, or oh, I feel this, eat something. I paid attention, and that's when I realized the things that were going in my mouth were not the things, first of all, that were on your list. And the things that were really bad that were going into my mouth all seemed to happen at 3 p.m. around that time at work. And that was when I was most stressful. And so I became aware of the feelings that caused me to want to eat when I wasn't hungry. And that's what shifted for me, was when I finally like paid attention to what I was eating in like a very strategic way. Nothing went in my mouth without me thinking about why it was going in my mouth.
Yeah. Oh my God. That's such, thank you for breaking it down like that, Tree, because I mean, we don't really think about what we're eating all the time. It's just like a habit. It's just a part of the day. We're just eating maybe what's convenient, maybe what's in front of us, and we're eating to feel good. There's so many things that we're doing that food is more, you know, that food brings to us. So just even taking that moment to think about why we're eating and what we're eating, it does have such a huge impact on shifting what you're doing. So that is so amazing that you just started, you know, that it was really just about being aware of it. It's not like you went and had to run 20 miles or, you know, eat like celery forever. It's like you just became aware. It was like your mindset kind of shifted about what's going in your mouth. So so that is like that is just really kind of really helpful to hear. So what do you do? So like now when you're stressed, do you eat chips, or what do you do? Like, what do you do now when you're stressed?
So now I wrote about it in the article, but my favorite exercise to do now, because it's so silly and fun, one of my favorite things that I do is to lock myself up in a conference room or the supply closet or my office where no one else is around. And I literally like just jump up and down like a crazy woman. Like I just jump up and down and wave my arms in the air and, you know, wave my hair and flap it all around. And if I can make noise, and I'll just make whatever noise comes out. And that actually gets the endorphins going, and it gets my body moving, and it actually like releases stress from you orally, through your mouth, through your verbalization, and then through your body. And I'm over it. Like it feels better in like 2 seconds. It's so silly. And I hope nobody ever records me doing it, because it looks, I'm sure it's not pretty, but it actually helps a lot. That's one of my favorite things to do, because it's more fun than like taking 10 deep breaths or something very calming.
Oh my God, that is so fun, Tree. I love that. That's a whole new thing. I love that. It's like, wow, you just know how to release your endorphins and do it. And so you've actually found something that works for you. I mean, if you ever want to record it, I'll watch it anytime, you know, but I can understand. So wow, but you don't even have, like, you have the same stress, like you have the same stress today as you did before, right? But you don't go for food anymore. You found, like, you don't have the desire to go for food anymore, right?
Yeah, I do have the same stress. It doesn't actually last as long, because I noticed that when I was emotionally eating and I would eat the bag of potato chips, the stress would come back right away. Like as soon as whatever chemicals are calming down in my body, the stress will come back because the work is still there. But now, because I'm actually finding healthier ways to relieve that stress, it's really gone. It comes quickly, but it goes away really quickly, because I'm actually using things that will last, you know, tools that will help me last a little longer than a potato chip.
Yes. Oh my God, I love that. So so tell us a little bit about, like, is it true that you didn't work out to lose, like, to look the way you do now? And I mean, is that true? Like, did you do one sit up at least?
Didn't even do half a sit up. Friend Basie, he was like, there's no way you're going to lose weight without working out, because he works out every day. He lifts weights and, you know, he does all that stuff. So he's like, there's no way, you have to work out. You have to work out and diet. And I'm like, no, forget it. I don't have time to work out. So when I signed up with you, I remember being really adamant. I'm like, Nagina, I am not working out. Can you still help me? And you did. So I have not done, like, during your program, and to lose all of that weight, I did not do a single sit up. The most exercise I had was walking to my car, so I can, from my house into my garage to get into my car so I can go to work, and then go out of my car into the office. That was the most exercise I had.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Well, it's just like, it really does say how important what you're eating is to your body, to your shape, to your confidence, to your happiness, because that's like the food you're putting in your body. You're doing it multiple times a day. It has such a huge impact on all of those things. And it's like, if you take an hour of your day and go work out, but you don't take care of yourself the rest of the time, it's not going to make a difference. So yes. Oh my gosh. So that's just like, but it's pretty shocking, just because we always think in our society that we have to work out like all the time to get fit, and or at least to lose weight, or to, you know, be in the place we want to be. But it's the eating, that's why the emotional eating sometimes is the real trigger. I mean, it's the thing that can really hold you back from getting to the place that you want. So one more quick question before we move on, Tree, is that tell me a little bit about the clothes you wear now. Like, you mentioned that you bought something like a bikini for the summer. Like, what are the things that you like? How do you feel about your clothing now? Like, what do you want to wear now?
So, oh my God, I love shopping now. I actually never liked shopping before. I look for clothes that are form-fitting. I love wrap dresses with the wraparound right around your waist. I love those because it cinches in my waist even more, and I just love that hourglass figure. So I feel really good in clothes now. Before, I just sort of like put on whatever was like big, and I bought a size up so that it would cover, and I bought maternity clothes. But now I actually got rid of all that stuff. I wear form-fitting stuff. I wear jeans, and they don't have to be stretched jeans. They can be like normal jeans, so that because there's nothing to stretch out, there's no more body fat to stretch it out. It feels really good. I wore my bikini last weekend, lake. Like I didn't have a bikini a wrap or a cover up over it. I was like totally open with my bikini, and I didn't have my on my stomach, which is where I always have it when I sit down. Like I used to have my arm, I just put it like across my stomach to cover my fat, even if I was in a one piece. But I didn't want to cover anything up this time, so it felt really good. It's amazing. It feels really, really incredible to feel sexy again. I'm actually down to my high school size, so that feels good.
Oh my gosh, that is so inspiring, Tree. Wow, that you just wore a bikini and felt confident in it. You didn't cover up your stomach in any way. You didn't wear a cover up. Like, it's so possible. You did that. And it was really by getting control of your emotions, getting a structure. And now it's like you can wear like sexy red dresses and so many things. It's like so inspiring to hear this. It's just so great. So, okay, so I have a little treat right now that I want to show everyone, and this is one of your treats, Tree. So is this true? Do you eat this? Do you eat this chocolate ice cream? Looks like there's chocolate and ice cream and whipped cream. Like, do you eat this while and like after you've lost this weight, or is this something you used to eat before?
I eat that every Friday night now. Well, I ate that every Friday night before too, but I still eat that every Friday night. My boyfriend, his daughter, and I, we call it family date night. we go to the same exact Italian restaurant, and this is a chocolate hazelnut lava cake. Oh my God, it's so good. So inside is like a creamy hazelnut chocolate that like pours out as soon as you dip your spoon in it. And we eat this every Friday night. We get the same exact dessert. We eat pasta, the same exact pasta dish that we just love so much. So my cheat day is Friday. So Fridays I can eat anything I want, and I do. I eat anything I want. I don't hold back. Sometimes I feel like crap after after Friday night is over, because I've eaten so much bread and olive oil and Parmesan cheese and pasta and this that I'm like almost comatose by the time I get home. But if I only did that on Friday nights, and it was worth it.
Wow. So, okay. So I just want to clarify like what's happening here. So you don't eat like potato chips, and you don't go for things when you're stressed out anymore, but you still enjoy yourself once in a while. And you kind of like choose when you're enjoying yourself now, right? Like, I just want to really get clear on why this is not emotional eating, and why it's different than emotional eating, and how you're able to enjoy yourself. So like, tell me a little bit about the cheat day, like how this is different than eating some potato chips, like when you're stressed.
Oh, totally. Nothing goes in my mouth now unless it's by my own choice. If I completely choose to eat it, then I'll eat it. So for this dessert, it's so delicious that I choose to eat it, not because I'm like sad or because I'm anxious. It's just good. Like, I choose to eat it. I know I'll be like, my body, if I eat it might be different, but yeah, I don't for potato chips or any of that other crap anymore. It doesn't really come up the issue anymore for those kinds of cravings. This sweet comes up, and every once in a while I might have like, a frappuccino during the week. That's not even, but it's a choice. I want a frappuccino now, not because I feel like I need it or because I'm trying to feel better about myself or any kind of an emotional thing. It's just, I want a frappuccino right now. So everything is now controlled and by choice. Yeah. And I can enjoy it better when I actually choose to do it.
Wow. That is like almost like I feel like you're living in like you're like a Buddhist monk or something. Like, you're living in this place where it's like such a perfect land where you can like choose to eat chocolate. And but you know what? It's so possible. Like, it really is possible once you start understanding why you're eating the food that you're eating. Like, are you eating it to give yourself comfort? Are you eating it to alleviate your stress? And if you are, then is that really what's good for you to keep eating for that? And like you said, it kind of makes you more stressed because it keeps the cycle going, the cycle that you showed us. But you can still indulge in delicious foods, in chocolates, in pasta, in breads, in butters, in oils. Like, you can still do that because you like the food, not because you're trying to comfort or give yourself excitement. And that, I think, is really honestly where we all want to be, like what you're describing, because then you have that control, but yet you're so able to still indulge and still enjoy food. And I think that's a key thing that I really want to share with everyone here is like, look at what's possible, that you can still enjoy indulgent foods, but that's different than emotional eating. And once you get a hold over your emotional eating, you actually enjoy what you're eating and you don't feel the guilt. You actually feel like invigorated from it because you chose to eat that. So thank you so much for sharing that, Tree. I want to tell you now, we're going to actually be shortly. What? Go ahead.
Oh, say that the difference between like emotional chocolate cake and actually eating this at the restaurant is that I noticed that when I was emotionally eating, sometimes I didn't even like what I was eating. Like, maybe there's a birthday party or something and I'm eating this cake, but it's not even that good, but the damn thing.
Yes.
So when I actually really want to eat it, and it really tastes so good. Like, we share this one dessert with 4 people, 3 or 4 people. My friend usually comes along. So I only have like 1 or 2 bites, enough for me. But when you're emotional eating, you can't, it's not good. You just keep eating it and you're like, why am I eating this? It's not even good, but you still eat it. That's the difference to me.
Yeah, absolutely. Like you're just eating something, eating it. And, but now when you're doing it, you're like tasting it. You're thinking about it. You're in the moment with the food. You're not using it as a distraction or to cover something up. And so, yeah, that is such a good point. Um, so, so yes, so I'm so happy that you love your family date nights. You still do that. You know, and that's a tradition that you have with your family, and it's not like you are, you know, off on this. You're able to still share in that with them, and I think that's so special. um, so I want to share a special announcement that I wanted to tell those of you on this training right now. And after this special announcement, we're going to talk about the 3 M's, or the 3 steps to stop emotional eating. So we're going to really break it down and make it really clear. So that's where we're going to go right after this. I want to tell you something really special, and that is that I have decided for a limited time to reopen my 10-week weight loss jumpstart for the busy woman. This is the same jumpstart that we've been talking about, that Tree has been a part of. And I have actually not opened this for a bit because I had some other things happening. I have decided to open it for a 10-week jumpstart. I have, it's one-on-one coaching with me. And what we do during the program is that we break through the emotional and stress eating that you have, that you may not even know you have, in fact. But we will put a structure and a plan into your life so that you can start thinking about all the other stuff. Like, you will have all the food taken care of. You'll become aware of what you're eating and why you're eating it, and really start to create a healthy lifestyle in a way that's effortless, in a way that, like, it just becomes easy. It's not hard. You're not going to be depriving yourself. You'll be having a cheat day every week where you can eat chocolate cake and pasta and bread and whatever you want. And it's a way for you just to become aware of why you're eating what you're eating. So there is a button right below. It says book a call with Nagina. You can book a call with me there to talk with me about your weight loss goals. We'll talk about your challenges and find out if the program is a good fit. And I also have a special bonus. If you book a call while we're on this training, I will be sending you actually, I'll go to that in a second, but I will be sending you a special PDF, which is about the 3 actionable mindsets to turbocharge your weight loss. And that is just changing the way that you're thinking. 3 mindsets that you can actually shift right away that will get you on the weight loss path immediately. It'll literally turbocharge your weight loss because you'll just be on the action. Like, you'll want to start executing right away and start losing the weight. So the program, just to give you some more information about it, it is literally, it can transform your lifestyle into a healthy lifestyle in 10 weeks. You will get phone calls and 24/7 access with me. We will have bi-weekly phone calls. We'll start off the session with a video conversation. So I'm going to be helping you along the way. Like, you're going to have my phone number. You can text me, you can email me, and I'll be giving you specific guidance on what you can do. I'm going to give you a framework of foods to eat and foods to avoid, so you don't even have to think about what to do. And I'm going to give you even more than that. I'll be giving you menus, recipes, and a grocery list every week. And that's if you want to cook. The meals are easy. They're very delicious. And you can use those like for so long. You'll get 10 weeks of those menu plans along, that really help you lose weight. But you'll also have that framework so that no matter where you are, you'll know what to eat and what not to eat. And you'll kind of know if you're not eating these things, then you can kind of like start to dig in and understand, like, why am I eating these foods that are not really good for me? And then we will track your progress. We'll track your weight, your measurements every single week. So you have consistent accountability through tracking, through conversations with me. And then you have a very structured food plan so that you know exactly what to do. So book a call right now. And like I said, if you book a call before the end of this training, you will receive a free PDF, 3 actionable mindsets to turbocharge your weight loss beyond your wildest dreams. And you have to book that call before this training is over in order to get that bonus. And I only have 3 spots available to begin the Jumpstart program and start ending your emotional eating with my support in June. So if you are interested in getting a jump start and learning how to live a healthier lifestyle, how to fit into that dress, how to finally start shedding the weight that you know that it doesn't belong there, then I have 3 spots available, and I would love to help you. I would be so excited to help you. So that's pretty much it I just wanted to tell you about that special surprise. And it's not a program that I always reopen. So this is a time frame that I have reopened it. So it definitely let me know, and I would love to talk to you and tell you more about it. So now I wanted to move on to the 3 steps to end emotional eating. And so Tree, I would love for you to share this and to teach us, what you found were the 3 steps to end emotional eating. And I'll start the first one whenever you're ready.
Okay. So this is what I discovered through Nagina's program. First step is keep it simple and structured. Actually gave me a structure that I did not have to think about anything. Like, I don't have time to cook. I don't have time to think what I want to cook. I don't have time to look up recipes. So structure me what to eat, how to eat it, and when. And I just followed that plan. So I think we have freedom because within structure, we can just follow the. Can you?
Whoops, Tree, hello. I think you're cutting out a bit.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you now. Yep. Maybe just repeat the last sentence. Yeah.
Within structure, freedom, because I used to be I am still a hippie, and I want to be free and do what I want when I want. But with that, there's so many options, and that when you actually structure and narrow things down, it really helps achieve the goals that you want. So for the structure part of it, Nagina provided all of that, and I didn't really have to think about putting anything in my mouth that she didn't tell me to put in my mouth. So I was kind of like a mind following that. And if, to keep things simple, like if you're going to emotionally, if you know that you're going to get stressed, it'd be harder for you to eat, then just plan your snacks and just put them in a container and take it with you so that you'll have something to reach for. Nagina taught me all this. So that you'll have something to reach for stress and can't make those smarter decisions because your brain's not functioning very well. So just keep things simple. It doesn't need to be complicated. Just follow if you go with Nagina's structure. But if you don't, plan out your snacks at least. Make sure that if you're going to a party, bring your own food so that you don't have to worry about what the host is going to have. Just make moves like that are going to affect you in the moment of an emotional. I used to actually, when I bought my grocery list that Nagina provided, I bought 2 of everything. Peanut butters, I had 2 lemon pepper bottles, I had 2 hummus containers, I had 2 loaves of Ezekiel bread, and I would split it. One would go to work with me and one would stay home, so that at work moment, I would have healthy food that I because a lot of times you don't have anything healthy to reach for. So, and easy for yourself by planning ahead. That would be the first step for me.
And Tree, I love that. Oh my gosh, thanks for explaining it like that. And I'm like really intrigued about how you said that keeping it simple and structured actually gives you freedom. And I love that you say that you are a hippie, you like to be free, you probably don't like to be controlled. So can you explain that a little bit more? Like how that, because that sounds like it seems like the opposite. Like when you're keeping it structured, it feels like someone's trying to control you. So why does it give you freedom to be structured in what you're eating?
It gives you freedom in the sense that you actually don't have to worry yourself with what needs to be done. You don't have to worry about what's healthy. So you're free to just follow the path without like over stressing, without having to cook or make more time to figure out what you're going to eat when you're stressed. So there was a really good article written about how structure gives you freedom, because I never really, I was like, I want to be free and do what I want. I don't want to be tied down. I want to, if I'm feeling like I want to do this, then I want to do that. If I said I want to eat that, but then, 20 pounds heavier, and I realized what freedom did.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Okay.
So, when it's structured, you don't have to think about it.
Yeah, you don't have to think about it. And then that really does give you freedom to do like what you have, kind of what the parameters are, and then you can be free within those parameters instead of feeling the guilt of thinking, oh, am I doing this right? Or maybe I shouldn't be eating this. Maybe I'm not sure. Like you just kind of know, okay, these are the things to eat and these are the things to not eat. And so you can, it's actually like, it takes a load off your shoulders that you don't have to think so much. Exactly like you're saying. Yes. Okay. So that's a good explanation, the way you said it. Yep. So, okay. So that's good.
Yeah, definitely. It gives you freedom. If you
Yes. Okay. Perfect. Okay. So tell us that's like, I love that. Okay. So tell us the second step, Tree.
The second step is take advantage of the time not stressed to build best and create. There are actually, this is a electrical signals in your brain that are associated with your emotions. They strengthen, and the rational, logical, analytical part of your brain that weakens. So when you're stressed, you're really not fit, and you're not as mindful and conscious as when you're not stressed, because it's just happening in your brain. You really can't help it. So what I did was take advantage of the times when I wasn't stressed, when my brain was functioning clearly, I was alert, clear-minded, and focused. Take advantage of those times and build the habit so that when you are stressed, your habit is already in place and you actually can react out of habit than react out of like stress. So during the times when, for the most part, I wasn't really stressed until like 3 p.m. on the weekday. So during the other times, I would actually just follow Nagina's plan, like just without fail. Like I would just, whatever she said I can eat, I would eat. Whatever she said I couldn't eat, I wouldn't eat. No questions asked, just follow that plan. And I would create this habit of eating healthier. And that would actually make me feel healthier, make me feel more energetic, and that created a momentum. So it was kind of like this, it's like the snowball, which I explained in the article. The snowball gets bigger and rolls faster the more it goes. So create the momentum of healthy eating and feeling good, so that when you're faced with an emotional moment of stress, you can actually make a better choice, because you feel so good, you don't want to not feel good anymore. So that kind of creates momentum. If you build a habit, it helps you during those.
Yeah. Oh my God. That's like so incredible that you got that, that you really absorbed that, because that really is so true. And there's actually like, that's a theory. It's called, well, I mean, I call it moments of motivation, or leverage your moments of motivation. But it's like when you have this momentum and you're going with it, then you like, it's not gonna, you're not gonna always feel motivated. There's gonna be a like something that is a hiccup, or that interrupts what your plan is, what you want to do. So like for you, that would be like the 3 p.m. thing that could interrupt your goals and what you want to do. But if you are taking advantage of those times where you can be on track, then you end up setting up healthy habits, and they carry forward. And so that's so amazing that you really like lived that and saw that, because and then it like, it gave you more momentum even through that 3 p.m. Time frame, which is really, really tough. So yeah, so taking advantage of times you're not emotional, really giving, so it's like you really, well, one of the things I really love at Tree about like working with you is that you just did what I said. That was so amazing. It's like, if you do what I say, if you're following a plan and you actually listen to it, I mean, that's like incredible. That's like, oh my God. So then it actually started working for you, and then you could just keep going with it during those hard times. So yeah, that's good to hear.
Right.
Yep. So good. Okay. All right. So all right. So the third step, let us know what this is.
Yeah. So the third one, mindset one, you're still feeling bad. So you reach for a cookie and you don't, you feel deprived, but you're actually kind of depriving yourself of feeling awful. So, which is a good deprivation when you think of it that way. So it's a mindset, because always food as a reward, and then we feel like crap. And um, when we don't use food as reward, but we use like how we look in the mirror or how we feel as the reward itself, then there's really no deprivation whatsoever. Like, it's not even a question of, should I eat this cookie and feel bad, or should I look in the mirror and look wonderful and feel great? Like, there's no, choice there to be made, because it's obvious which one should be done. So it was a big mindset shift for me, because I did use food as, well, I guess I used food as a punishment, but until you actually see and feel the difference. I mean, I was so used to being bloated that I didn't really forgotten how it felt like, and it felt so good in my body. I totally forgot. Like, I thought bloated is just the way I'm going to feel for the rest of my life. I'm just going to like want to, flop on the couch, unbutton my button, unbutton my jeans button, and just lie. It's what everybody does. So that's okay. And until I realized that there actually is another way to live, and started feeling so much more energetic, then my mindset was able to shift to, it's more important how you feel, not what you eat.
Wow. Oh my gosh. And I remember when we were working together, Tree, and you told me that yeah, you can't believe that you're not feeling bloated because you just thought that's how you had to feel all the time, and you just didn't even realize you didn't have to feel bloated all the time. So and it's like, yeah, you look at a cookie and it's like kind of the control thing too, of us thinking like, oh well, God, I have to be so controlled, I can't even eat that cookie. But it's more like, well, if you eat the cookie, you get the cookie, but you're going to feel horrible like instantly. Like right after you bite into the chocolate, right after that, you're going to not feel good about yourself. So it's kind of like, yeah, like you say, like you just recognizing that it's not a deprivation. You're not depriving yourself. You're actually giving to yourself. So now when you come back, like from work and like lie on the couch, like how do you feel now? Or like, I don't know if you even lie on the couch anymore, but like, how do you feel now? Like, do you unbutton your button anymore, or how do you feel?
Well, I used to actually come home from work and I would throw on my boyfriend's pajama pants and his biggest t-shirt. And that's because I just wanted to be comfortable and cover my body. When I get home now, I actually throw on shorts and a tank top. So, and I don't lie on the couch anymore. So other than weekends when we're just lounging, but I don't have that same lethargic, I'm home now. So I don't feel like I need to be comatose on the couch. But one thing that helped me with the deprivation, like feeling like I couldn't eat a cookie in the beginning when I wasn't quite feeling 100%, was the cheat day. So I think the cheat day was my saving grace, because if I felt like I wanted a cookie, I would just tell myself, you can have 20 cookies if you want in 5 days or by the end of the week, because for me it was Friday. So whatever day it was, you can have a cookie. You don't have to wait any longer than 6 days. But if you want one cookie now, I promise you, you can have 20 cookies in 3 more days or 5 more days or whenever your next cheat day is, and you can have ice cream along with that cookie. And it made me feel like I wasn't really depriving myself of it, because I could still have it. I just had to wait for my cheat day. By the time the cheat day came around, the craving was gone. So I didn't want to have it anyway, but it was at least something I mentally told myself to get through that moment while I was still having some cravings.
Yes. Oh, that is so great. Okay. Wow. I love that. And I want to share now a different way of looking at the cycle that you shared in your post, Tree. So talk to us a little bit about this cycle of healthy eating. This just looks so much more fun than the other one. Like, I love how this girl is jumping up. There's a heart coming out. I mean, this looks like I would rather live like this. So what's happening? Like, is this really how you feel now? Like, do you actually like live like this now? Tell us what this cycle is about.
Body, but now instead of feeling like crap, you really feel amazing. So when you feel amazing, you don't want to reach for crap to make yourself want to reach for something healthy. So you eat a healthy snack or a healthy meal, and then when you reward yourself because you did so one particular meal, which goes back to my keep it simple and structured. So when you eat something, just reward yourself for this reaching for a healthy snack. And then when you reward yourself, then you feel better. And then the dopamine increases in your brain and in your body. And then you'll have more energy and you'll feel even better and you'll make even healthier choices. And then you'll look in the mirror and you'll see the results of that. And then you will not be able to want to stop looking in the mirror, which I remember calling you, Nagina, one day and saying, obsessed with my body because I can't stop looking in the mirror at my abs. But you'll feel better, and that just keeps going. And it's just like the other cycle, except it's a much healthier, happier, more energetic cycle.
Yes. And one question about this is, so after you reach for a healthy snack or meal, do you have to do something else to reward yourself? Like, because we know that when you're eating unhealthy food, you just naturally get a high kind of from it. But when you're reaching for a healthy snack or meal, do you kind of have to do something else to reward yourself? Or do you just feel good already because the food, like, it actually tastes good and it makes you feel good?
You feel good physically because the food is actually good for you, nourishing your body. So I feel like in my mind, I don't know if this is happening or not, but in my mind, I feel my trillions of body cells are at me. And so it's almost like a celebration in my body that's happening. So reward physically, but I also mentally tell myself every time I reach for a healthy snack, even now, every time I eat something healthy, I mentally, I love you. You're doing so well. Keep up the good work. I'm so proud of you. You're your own cheerleader. And it just is a mental process that happens. And by soothing myself in that way, then emotionally, I feel good about myself. And it just sort of builds my confidence.
Oh, that is so great. Okay, wow. This is just so, like, literally so inspirational that you can go from that feeling of just not feeling good, reaching for something that just like gives you a pick me up, then it just makes you feel worse. And that it's actually, this is a different way that you can actually live. And so So this is just incredible. And this is how you live every day. I mean, this is honestly like, this is how I feel too, since I have overcome, you know, my eating as well. And it just feels like, wow, you know, you can actually like what you're eating and you just feel better and better. And then you look at your body and you're happy about your body. You're actually happy about your body. It's totally possible to be happy about your body. Like, we don't have to feel self-loathing about our body. We can actually love it. So, so this is actually very possible. I want everyone to know it's very possible to feel like this. I want to let you all know where you can find more from Tree. You can actually get an exclusive downloadable PDF specifically for Masala Body followers. And it has 5 ways to hack into your body's happy chemicals to reduce the urge to eat junk food when stressed. So for this free PDF, go to findyourinnerhappy.com/masalabody. And when you sign up for the PDF, you're also going to get Tree's emotional survival guide for free. And that's helped her readers regain control of their emotions and start living the life they want. So you definitely have to check this out. It's specifically for you. It's a special PDF that Tree put together, and it's really going to help you find those 5 ways to get those happy chemicals out, so that you're not going through that initial cycle that we looked at. You're going through that second cycle. You're just getting those chemicals. So that is like really interesting, Tree. That's just an amazing gift that you have for our listeners and for readers. So I want to see if there's any questions that everyone has. We had so much to share that we did go but I think this is such a valuable interview. I just cannot even believe it. So if you have questions about what you're eating, how you're eating, what you can do to stop a certain thing that you are feeling, let us know. A couple things that I'm seeing is let's see that. Oh, yes. So Claire is saying she told herself today when she was having cravings to wait for the cheat day. So that's really good. Aline said, you try to tell yourself, when I eat like crap, I feel like crap. And that's very, very true. So we'll just wait for a moment to see if there's any questions. But really, I mean, emotional eating it sounds like something so big, but when you start to kind of just become aware that you're emotional eating, and then you start to go for foods that are good for you and that you actually like you can actually eat foods that you like, then you just have this cycle that becomes more and more positive, and it's pretty incredible. So I think that's it for tonight. Tree, I want to thank you so much for being here and for sharing your experience, for sharing your transformation, and for really letting us in on those 3 M's that helped you, those 3 steps that helped you overcome emotional eating, and those cycles of addictive emotional eating and healthy eating. I just think are so powerful. So thank you so much for taking the time and putting and being here. And for any of you that have not read Tree's guest post, us on masalabody.com, just go to masalabody.com/blog, or just click on it. And her post is the first one up there right now. It is incredibly insightful. There's a lot of emotions behind her writing, and she also lays out what helped her overcome it. So definitely check that out. So thank you so much, Tree. I'm so happy that you could be here with us.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. It was a lot of fun.
Yes. Okay, great. All right, perfect. Well, we will be hopefully, talking about emotional eating even more in the future, but this has been like a really fun week where we've been able to talk about this all week long. So I hope everybody has a great night, and we'll be in touch and talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye.